Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a Gamecube controller. So I'm going to first insert a reference image, so I'm just going to hold down space, click the middle and go to front view, go to view, image plane and import image, go to my reference images, and then bring in, I'll find a better one than that actually, let's see if I can find it. There you go, that's the better one. Let's get rid of that one. Hit R to scale up a little bit. And then let's duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J to snap into place. And let's move those around. Okay, so let's start with a cube. Excuse me. Go to front view. Let's grab a square, a cube rather. I'm going to start by just modelling these handles first, and then we'll have a go at doing these separately. So trying to think about what will be separate pieces. So these two handles on this main body here will be one piece. These pieces will be individual pieces, and then there's the buttons as well. So let's start down here. A lot of what I'm doing is just going to vertex, box selecting, just sort of bringing up roughly into position. I'm then going to go to shading and X-ray and go to multi-cut, start adding in some edge loops. To match the silhouette of the shape as much as possible. I'm also trying, where possible, to keep the edges as straight as possible, or keep the vertices in line as much as possible, because it just makes it a bit easier and a bit tidier later on. I'm definitely going to have to add some more edge loops in, but we're going to get a rough shape first. What I'm doing is holding down Control and then middle mouse button, clicking to add in these parts. Okay. A few more. Down the middle like that. And then let's go to left view. Let's move this into position a little bit. And same as before, just try and match up those vertices with our reference images as much as possible. Then like that. So let's see what we've got so far. 50% X-ray off. Fill that hole, so mesh, fill hole, and then let's just try those back up. Okay. So we've got one side of a handle. So if I go to left view, let's grab that, shift right click and go to mirror. And let's do Z. Let's center pivot and bring that in position about there. And then what we're going to do is let's grab these faces here. Extrude, so I'm going to press W, hold down Shift and drag across. And I'm going to delete those faces because we're going to join it together. We don't want them to actually overlap. And then on this piece, let's then grab these as well and delete. Then let's grab both those, go to Mesh, Combine, and then Target Weld, and just join. Make sure we're the right ones. Those up. Work our way around. Okay, so we've got a rough idea of the shape of our part of our handle. Go to front view. Take this and just drag it across like that. Okay, let's just refine the shape a little bit more. Adding a few more edge loops where necessary. We will end up mirroring all this across again as well, so doing our best to keep it as symmetrical as possible, but we are going to, as I say, we'll mirror across at the end to guarantee it's identical. Something like that. So at 3, you see what's going on. Let's turn shading off, X-ray off. You see we're getting the rough sort of shape. Okay, let's go to front view, and then we're going to start to do the back piece as well, so that if we're looking at it, comes out. A bit more, something like that. Just tweaking here and there. Back in a bit. Again, just to match the reference image as much as possible. just in between 1 and 3 on my keyboard just to sort of smooth that out and see what's going on. Okay, I think for now we'll leave that as that is. And then we're going to have our triggers. So let's have a look. Let's go to the right side. Let's grab that. And move it up. See what's going on. X-ray. Okay, so triggers. It'll be about there. But obviously they're going to be on this side, so let's do that and then E offset and bring in a little bit. Something like that. I'm not going to bother doing the other side because, as I said, what we will do is mirror it all across. So there's no sense in trying to do that at the same time because we'll never get it exactly the same other than mirroring it anyway. Okay, I'm going to give that a quick save. So let's do that now. So let's grab, let's delete object and go DV. So it's guaranteed to be in the middle. Shift right click, go to mirror. Object, change it to Z. Mesh, combine, vertices, those middle ones. Let's just go to edit mesh and merge. Then if we just select it, hit 3. Got a mesh for our triggers, everything else is looking pretty good. Right. Might do, that's the edge, if that be a soft select. And just bring that out a bit more. Yeah, something a bit bigger. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's turn that off. Right, let's start doing the actual parts where the buttons are. So let's come to right view, bring this back down into position. I'm just going to reset that, bring it down. Okay. So if we have a look, we are going to want basically 2 circles joined together on both of these and then add some holes in there. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So let's come to get a cylinder. E to rotate, J to snap it into place. Hit T, and let's do 8. I'm going to take this and just call this main body. And I'm going to just H to hide it just so it doesn't get in the way. Right, W, move into position. Okay, Let's hit R to scale. Drop D to duplicate, bring that up here. Let's do R to scale again. Bring this into position. Okay, now let's just delete these back faces like that, and we want those both to be in line with each other. So let's just mesh, combine, select all the faces, hit R to scale, and then just drag them down and overlap like that. Then what we're going to do is let's target world. Okay, but before I do that, there's something else I meant to do. So let's just come to right view, W, go to X-ray mode. And before I do that, I just want to make sure, because I've got this as the circle I want, I'm going to select these faces, Control E, just do offset, bring it in, and I'm going to do the same over here as well. I'm going to grab all those, Control E, offset, and just bring that there as well. Right, now I'll get that target world in. Let's see. And then let's grab those and delete those. So now if I turn that off, you can see we've got the rough sort of shape. We'll bring it in a little bit. So let's go to X-ray, vertices, grab that, hit W, down a bit, grab this one, go in a bit, then we hit 3. You see what's going on. It's going into a circle, giving us the ideal shape that we want. So let's take this and we're going to mirror this across because we're going to do pretty much the same thing. So let's shift right click, mirror, object, Z-axis, and just move this over here just so they're identical, and give this a save. And I'm going to just focus, let's call this right side, and let's call this left side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's give that some thickness. Control E. Now we've got some thickness. Doesn't matter how thick we make it. For now, we will make it thicker or thinner later. We can always mess around with that later. Let's go to shading and X-ray. Let's grab these faces. Control E. Offset. Control E, and bring it inwards. And delete. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the top one. So let's grab all of these, drop E, offset. E to offset again, drop E, bring in, and delete. And that's going to come up, so what we're going to do, let's grab these faces and drag up like that. And then let's bevel this edge so it stays printed in so you can see it. Like that. I've realised now that I've mirrored this, I'm going to have to mirror that across, and I mirror this across because this is back to front, I've just noticed, but it doesn't actually matter. Right, we need to make sure these stay as sharp edges, so let's come around Control B. You see we've got a little bit of ugliness going on there, so let's multi-cut. Let's just check if it's solved the issue. Yeah, so that solves that, so let's carry on doing that all the way around. So let's grab these and work our way around. Click in the right place. That's one. Right, then let's go around and delete the extra edges we don't want. Remember to do Control and backspace or delete to make sure you're deleting the vertices that goes with it. Otherwise you end up with like a rogue vertices just hanging out, which we don't want. Right. Hit 3, see how it's looking. Looks nice. Just to sharpen it, I think probably what we want to do. Grab that, Control B to bevel. So you got that sharpness to it. We'll do the same here as well. Okay, nice. Let's come back here and actually just delete these edges because we don't need them. Okay, so in terms of the shape of it, that one is done. We will add a supporting edge. In fact, should we try it now? Let's give it a quick save. Let's do 2 segments. Bring it in tight. Maybe a little bit less tight. Yeah. Right, I'm going to just leave it without the bevel first and do the other side. So let's do this one. So much in the same way. Let's shading and X-ray. This, Control E to bring in, offset, Control E, thickness, delete. Oh, before I do that, drop E, give it some thickness. Then let's do that. So I'm going to grab make sure I've not got any other extra faces selected. Drop E, offset, drop E, bring it in a bit, and delete. Okay, and then let's grab these faces, drop E, offset, and then let's W and bring that down a bit, like that, and then bevel with 2 segments on this piece. So we've got that little divot. Okay, now much like we did for this piece down here, we want to bevel those pieces. Bring the fraction in a bit so they stay. There you go. That's more like it. Multicut, much like I did before. Go to vertex. Again, let's just double check that that gives us the desired effect we want. It does, so we're just going to work our way around. Grab that multi-cut. Make sure you click in the right place, so let's do that again. Okay, and then let's start deleting all those extra edges. Again, make sure it's Control and Delete, so you delete the extra vertices. Instead of delete, I'm doing backspace, so it's Control and backspace as I'm doing it. In fact, I'll just show you what happens if I don't do that. So if I just delete there, if I go to vertices, okay, it doesn't, it's deleted anyway. Never mind, ignore me. Edge. And then let's do a bevel along there. Like that. Okay, nice. Now, when I did this practice the first time, it took me ages to like, basically each time I do these videos, I do practice it quite a lot and then try and do it live basically. Is originally I actually ended up cutting all the holes into the surface to do all these sockets for these buttons as well. And it just never seemed to look all that good. So essentially the only ones we're doing are the sort of the joysticks, D-pad and the A, and the other ones I'm going to sort of just place in, and it will still look like it should. It just won't actually be cut in because unnecessary and cause quite a lot of headaches. I'm going to give this a quick save. And then what I'm actually going to do is just trying to think the best way to do it is, which one should I do first? Let's stick with this one. Let's now bevel. B. 2 segments. 0.2. See how that looks. Yeah. Let's do the same one here then. So let's grab these. B. 2 segments. 0.2. A lot of it is trial and error with these as well. So you might see me put in an exact number. I've literally just tried and errored until something has looked right. I've seen some videos, people seem to just know it straight away. Yeah, I definitely don't. Now these are still not the same height, but for now it doesn't matter massively. Let's give this a quick save. You see on the right way around, these need to swap, but what we'll do is let's go to right view, shading, X-ray. Let's grab cylinder, E to rotate, hold on J, drag it into position, and bring up. Turn on wireframe so we see what's going on. Large scale. And bring up so we actually see what's going on. Bring this out. I'm just going to delete the back faces. We don't need them. Anything that's not going to be seen, you can just delete because otherwise it just takes up memory, takes up space. W to move, bring it into position. Something like that. Let's then take that and duplicate it. Control D, W. Control D duplicates it and W to move, bring that to position. R to scale. Let's grab, if I see him, bring it down. Like that, just make sure there's no gaps. Okay, let's, in the habit, just keep saving it as we're going along. Let's grab a square, bring it up, bring it in front. Scale it down. Vertices, I'm just going to bring it into position. rotate. Add some edge loops in. Delete these back pieces. See what's going on. Tweak this slightly, just grabbing both C's, just dragging them into position. To the middle. There we go. Let's grab these edges, Control B to bevel. Let's see and make it a little bit smaller. Bring that into position. Like that. Then Control D, W to move it, E to rotate, center pivot, and bring it around. About there. So let's have a look. Okay, so the buttons there are all done. I'll do the joystick. So let's go back to the right view, shading, X-ray. Right, let's grab a sphere. E to rotate, J to snap into position, W bring it in. What we're going to do is let's grab half these and delete. And I'm going to go to object mode R and just squash that a little bit. Like that, and then W, and let's try and move that into position, see how it looks. Okay. And while we're at it, let's grab it, Control D, W to move, bring into position, put it there as well. Bit bigger here, so I'm going to just drag that. And bring it down a bit more. Okay. Right, let's do the actual joystick bit. Let's go to right view, X-ray mode again. Let's grab a cylinder. Again, E to rotate, J, hold on, J to snap, W to bring into position, R, and drag it down into size. Shading and X-ray. Control B to bevel. I'm going to grab these faces and delete. Hit R, and then hold down Shift and grab that. So I'm extruding inwards. And then I'm going to press, I'll do a bit more actually. Press W, hold down Shift, and bring out like that. Hit 3. Okay, let's wrap them a bit more. Something like that. Control B to bevel. Let's do 2 segments. Bring it in. Let's delete that out. Let's just re-bevel this face to make it look a bit better. But yeah, that looks a little bit more joystick-y. There you go. Let's grab that. W to move. In the position. That joystick is then done. Let's again duplicate, Control D, W to move. Control D, W to move. Right view. Let's get that into position. Let's scale up. Down. Up there. A bit more centered. Okay, now we are going to, if you have a look at this particular joystick, it's got all these sort of like ribbed surfaces on it. We'll add those in when we're texturing it in Marmoset, so we don't need to bother trying to model that now. Right, last little bit is let's do our D-pad, and then we're pretty much done with the buttony side of things. So let's grab cube, come into position. Shading, X-ray. Okay, let's multi-cut and middle mouse button click those. Grab these edges, Control B, bring those segments. So I keep the segments as 1 and bring the fraction in. And what we're going to do is let's the faces, delete these faces. So we're then left with project there. W, hold down, shift and bring down. Face there. But let's then bevel. Let's bevel these first. Then let's grab these. There you go. Yeah, looks about right. Let's just join these up. There we go. 3, see how it looks. And then we want to base, B for soft select, and drag it down. Let's make soft select a bit smaller. There you go, something like that. Again, the arrows and the little dot in the middle, we are going to do while texturing. Well, I'll just have a look at doing the circle, see how it looks. Let's offset, edit mesh, circularize. Should be and we'll do the circle now. Right sort of size. Shading, X-ray. Yeah. Right, let's bring that into position. W. Okay. So our Joy-Con's actual buttons and everything are finished. I'm going to save that. Okay, so let's bring back our main body. And let's grab all of these, not that, not that. Bring them forwards. I then need to make sure I mirror these across. So let's just grab those, mesh and combine. Okay, and I'll just mirror that. Right, that one. Let's that one as well. Then let's move those into position. Okay. It's enough a little bit. Make sure they're the same thickness. Twist a little bit more. Then let's Move this into position. Something like that. Let's see what I've got. Okay, so we're not far away. You will need to bevel the edges on this main body as well, but let's give it a quick save. Just thinking out loud. Grab this. In fact, let's hide those. Okay. So we need to have a line going down there and then button in the middle. Let's do the button in the middle first. Shading, X-ray. E to extrude, to offset. Let's edit mesh, circularize, bring that down. So I've got a twist. Bring into position. Something like that. E to extrude, do thickness, and then delete. And let's bevel. Research, Control B, do 2 segments and bring it in. See how it looks. Okay, that's fine. Let's then give this a quick save. It seems to be lagging a little bit. Edge mode. Double click, work my way around. There we go, so now I've got all of it. Let's Control B to bevel. Let's bring that fraction in quite small. Something like that. Then let's grab this face and shift double click, grab that, Control E, and bring it in a little bit, so make 3. Got that, and then let's bevel the edges to make it a bit sharper. Okay, give that a save. Let's see what happens if we do this. Bevel. Do that. Here and see what happens. Yep, better we don't make it too sharp because it's quite rounded. Looks. Let's just see what happens if we do 2 segments. They're going to be too much. I feel like it will be. Maybe not actually. Yeah, something like that looks quite good. Let's I've grabbed that by accident. So rather than undo it, let's grab that face and delete. DV to move our point, shift right click, mirror, object, and Z. Mesh, combine, vertices, hit mesh, merge. Okay, yeah, I thought it might mess up there a little bit. Let's sorry about that. Right, let's there we go. Okay. Let's bring back everything. So give that a quick save. Display, show all. 3, 3. Move those in a little bit. Something like that. Okay, not far away now. Let's do our button in the middle. Let's grab a cylinder, each rotate, hold on J to snap me into position, W to move, Bring it out into position. Auto scale. Those back faces. Shift right click, get a face. Hold down tab to paint select. Then let's grab search, Control B to level. Do 2 segments. Bring that in a little bit more. Go vertices. And just drag those up to make it a bit shorter. And drag into position. Let's then do, we've just got our 2 triggers, or 2 LR triggers and an nozzle button to do. And then we're pretty much done, just unwrap and texture left. I realise I've got the wrong one showing, haven't I? So let's go to display, show, all, add that one. Add that one. There you go, that's better. Whereas it should be this way around, not this way around because it's back to front. Okay, let's do triggers. Let's grab, what we're gonna do, let's do a cube. Control 1 to isolate. Bring it up. Let's isolate it with reference images as well. There we go, so we can see. Right, let's go to front view. Shading, X-ray. Get a rough idea of this shape. Just box selecting vertices, movement position. Multi-cut, control, middle mouse button, click. Loops in the middle. Vertices. Middle. bevel. These edges. Edge a bit more down. There you go, something like that. Bring back our model. Tweak it slightly to fit what we're doing. Let's just for a second wrap those, control, duplicate faces. Let's take this. Edge in the middle, down. Get that fits inside our main body. In position. I'm now just wondering if I just quickly try and redo the main body and don't put those indents in there. Alright, let's hide that for a second. Okay, let's to right view. Oh, good. Front view first. Grab that cube. quickly lining everything back up again. Those are that. Bring up like that. Those faces. Mesh. Fill that hole there. Okay. Grab that. Shift right click, mirror. Add W to move into position. Mesh and combine. Spaces at W and then hold on Shift to extrude. Delete those faces. Delete those faces, and let's just target weld. Shading and X-ray. Multi-cut. Much like before, we'll mirror it. We just want to make sure we get it as close as we can do. Delete that side. So mirror that again. So that's D and V to move that. Shift right click, mirror. Object. Z. Mesh. Combine. Mesh. Merge. mesh, the hole. Click components, not shift, right click. There you go. Okay, so we're back to pretty much where we were before. Let's focus on getting the front right, and then we'll worry about the back in a second. So let's save, let's display, show all. Don't want that side. Don't want that side. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so what we can do now then is make sure we can get this perfectly lined up. So that's shading, X-ray. Okay, something like that. Sorry if you were following along and I've just completely deleted the back, the main part of the body, apologies, but I just needed a little bit of tweaking, I feel. Okay, let's tweak this just to bring it all in line a bit more. There you go, that looks better. Right, let's do that button at the front again. Shading, X-ray, E, offset, edit mesh, vectorize, offset, make it smaller. So I'll that twist set straight, move into position. E to extrude, thickness, delete, and then let's Control B, 2 segments, like that. And then we can use the same button from before. Let's add an edge in the middle. Control B to bevel, make that fraction small again. Smaller than that. Base, double click, Control E. Drag that in a bit. These edges, Control B, 2 segments. Okay. So we're back to where we were before. roughly. It's just sorting out this back bit now. So let's grab these and then I hit B for soft select. W, start to move out a bit. Then like that. Soft select is such a useful tool to use. Oh, no, if you're doing that now, clearly cut. Don't you select it? Oh, you select it. Okay. Last bit then is to do those triggers. Let's just see what this looks like if I were to bevel. Probably not going to keep it, but I just want to see what it looks like. Maybe I will actually. Okay, so let's sort out those triggers. I think that body actually looks better now than it did before anyway, so let's grab cube, bring it into position. Vertices, drag in. Multi-cut, drag up. Change the vertices rather than edges. Front view. Multi-cut in the middle. Grab this edge, W to move. Back down. B to bevel. Let's do 2 segments. Make it a bit sharper. Then let's delete those bottom faces. There you go. Let's display show all. Let's scale that in a bit. Right, that So it's not in the way. Okay, let's see, let's grab those, let's try B. Move that down, not that much. Let's try. Let's see. I'm trying to think best way of doing this one. What if I delete that? Don't do that. Something like that. Okay, let's actually cut in the part over there. Trigger, let's do Control E to offset. Control E to extrude, and then that's delete. Right, and then let's fill this hole up. So let's go to edge, let's come down, hold down shift, bring it down, let's do target weld, get up vertices, let's track that there, work our way around, hold down shift, bring it down. again, target weld, vertices. Let's bring this one up here. Let's then drag this out. Oh, shit. Apologies if you can hear that though. There's a truck right outside my window. Hopefully you can't hear that. View, without shift, weld. Let's see this. Last one. Oh, just obviously it's dead. Target weld. Seize. You can see what's going on. Okay, so we've got that little divot, but we don't actually quite want it to be that. And let's see. If we take that edge and delete, I think that's probably better. Okay, so that's looking much better. Annoyingly, I accidentally put this hole here. Let's delete this. There we go. Just check. That's all good. Okay. Right. We kind of stalled, went backwards a little bit, went forwards, but we're back. Let's move that back out of the way. Let's give this a quick save. And then rather than go through all that paint again, delete. W, DV, shift, mirror, object, Z, mesh, combine, vertices, edit mesh, merge, edit mesh, center. because manually, which is a bit of a pain, but is doable. There you go. Fix that part. It's just down at the bottom we're going to have to fix, I feel. Yeah. That solved it. There we go. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a marathon, wasn't it? But we are back. Okay. So now, mesh, display, show, all. Okay. Let's just check how it looks from the front. Okay, we want to make that stand out a bit more. Let's hide that. Rotate that slightly. Right. Let's get rid of these bubbles because those are quite. Now let's rebubble. Get that weird extra edge in there. Right. Why are you causing me such a headache? Let's grab those. Shift duplicate. Where are you? There you go. W, shift and up to extrude. Shading, X-ray. I think we got it. Finally, trigger is on and in position. Let's give that a quick save because that drove me insane. Let's shift, right click and mirror. Let's move that into position. There you go, so we've got our two triggers. Last thing then to do is to do our Z trigger as well, which actually should be a lot easier than trying to figure out that bit. But you know what, actually it looks much better having redone that. So made the video way longer, and I'm sure it annoyed loads of people that were following along, but it looks much better. Right, let's do square, vertices, shading, X-ray, face mode, so right click, go to face, and make sure you don't delete any extra faces by accident. Edge, B to bevel. Bring it into position. It needs to be on the other side, annoyingly, so that's shift, mirror, do that. Z. Don't want you. No, let's just make that a bit narrower. That, bring it into position, maybe a little bit better. And I believe we are done. Let's have a quick little once over. We're going to do things like the screws and that we'll do in Marmoset when we're texturing. Let's have a quick look. So we've got everything the right way around. That's mirrored, so that should be on that side, that should be on that side, which we've got. Not miss any buttons. Triggers and back are done finally. Okay, give that a save. We're officially done with the modelling side of things, so next let's move on to EV unwrapping. Okay, so now in Marmoset I have already baked my maps. So first thing I'm going to do is let's go into Sky and add lighting, so I'm going to have 3-point lighting. And then what I'm going to do is turn that brightness down a little bit. I'm going to start adding some materials in. So I said I've already baked everything that I wanted to bake. I have got my reference image here. I've also got the hex code, which I realise is now just closed, which is annoying. I'll see if I can get that back up. But let's start adding in some materials. So let's go to like plastic glossy. So let's go to materials, plastic. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get up. There we go. That's what I want. Let's grab that. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go to take the plastic glossy, this one here. Let's go to main body. Add that in there. Play around with it a little bit because it's too glossy. So let's first of all do this. Our hex code, which is there. So if we just do that, let's turn that roughness up. Try like 0.3. That looks. Have a look. About right. Let's just play with that lighting a second. See what's going on. Okay, let's just check. I feel like I've got ray tracing on what I don't. That's good. Let's try. Let's say we're 0.25. 0.25. Okay. So all I'm going to do to begin with is just sort of add in the base for all these materials, and then we'll refine them afterwards. So A button. Again, we're going to take that plastic glossy. Just leave it down there for now. We did 0.25, didn't we? So let's change that all to 0.25. And then I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. Bring it up here. And then what we're going to do, I don't know why this has gone so big, so let's make it smaller. There we go. Okay, A button, albedo, take that. Okay. X and Y. Again, 0.25. We may change that later. We may not. Let's have a look. As I said to begin with, it's just getting the base colours down. B button. .25. Grab that red. Oh. C-stick. On this one, actually, we want like a rubber, I feel. Let's go for like... rubber mat. Albedo, let's change that to that yellow. And go with a quick save. Left joystick. Do the same thing, let's do that rubber. Looks like like a rubber heart. It feels like a rubber heart somewhere. Take this. No, actually, no. Right. D-pad. Back to my computer going crazy. Change that hex code in a minute. No, it's blue, so let's grab blue there. Okay. Let's see what we've got so far. Okay, so a good starting point. Now, let's take X and Y. What's the hex code for that? Make that a bit darker. Take that. Let's do the same. These. One thing I haven't discovered yet, which you can do in Substance Painter, is you can instantiate across texture sets. I don't know if you can actually do that in Marvel Set or not. If you can, it would be very easy. So if anyone knows that you can do that, you could let me know. That'd be a massive help. Okay. So that's looking quite nice. Let's give that a quick save so I don't lose anything. Now what we're going to start to do is start to add in some paint layers, start adding in these buttons and things like that. So let's start main body, add a paint layer. albedo. Let's find our desktop. I've got draw decals, Gamecube logo. Bit to brush. Tool settings. There we go. Right, let's just rotate that around so we get the right way around. Turn that hardness up. Make it smaller. Rotate that a bit more, I feel. Now have a look. Getting that, let's see. Weird results there. Let's dip it to brush. And we'll leave that. Now we may come back to it. It's a little bit small, a little bit funky. Okay, that looks fine now. Okay, right. Next thing, let's have a look. A button. And paint layer. Let's grab A. Sorry about that, my mum crashed for a second. Okay, so just still playing around with settings a little bit. That's looking a bit better. Let's leave something like that. Looks better. Let it flow a bit. That's a bit better actually. That's okay. Size wise, a little bit smaller. Let's do the flow. So, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to do the same for the others. So let's go to X and Y. Which one's which? Y is this one. So let's do all settings. Let's grab that Y. Hardness put up. Did that as 0.2. Like that, and then bump did 0.00. And X, let's go paint layer. Goes off. 0.001. This is where if I'd lined everything up in UVs to begin with, I wouldn't have to mess around trying to get the angle right, but it's fine. And then I need B. And then tool settings. More, yeah. Like that. C. Do paint layer. That. Left joystick. I can give this a quick save. Do paint layer. Let's grab like a circle or something. Because we're doing these ribbed bits here, so let's just Do a test how it looks. Yeah, so 1.7 seems to work quite well. So let's start by making it bigger. Click. Make it a bit smaller. Work all the way in. Is that enough? How many do go in? Maybe one more. There we go. Give that another save just so nothing crashes. And have our start. Go to main body. Paint layer. Maybe a bit smaller. There, yeah. Yeah, like that. But too small. There you go, that's better. Okay. Have we got anything we can use like triangle, like an arrow? Yes, take that. Let's go to D-pad, paint layer, whichever one. Let's take that. Size. Work our way around. There we go. Alright, I did change the colour of this decal. Let's just see how that would look. Why am I still getting those weird results? Is that gone up? Right, it is, but only if you zoom in. Right, let's leave that as it is. Anything else we're missing? Right, put some screws in the back. Save. Let's go to main body. Paint layer. Let's grab. Change the colour. Something like that. Okay. A bit bigger. Okay. Give that a quick save. I think anything else worth adding. So we need to have Z trigger. Paint layer. And that'd just be a case of having like the Nintendo logo there. I feel like I should have that somewhere. I'm going to just stop recording for a second, make sure I've got that logo. Okay, I've just quickly been in Photoshop and YouTube, just on Google, just trying to find a better main logo. Something like that. Maybe it's just if we zoom in, it goes all pixelated. Okay. Why are you doing that? What's on there? Okay, right, let's just have a look at how that's looking in render. Let's turn ray tracing on. Oh, there was one more thing I want to do actually. Let's just turn that off, quick save, and at the back on my body. Let's just delete these layers as well, so there's nothing. Slide everything down. Let's add another paint layer. And then it's not. Okay, we're going to leave that. Right. Turn ray tracing off. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll leave that there. Hopefully you found that useful and interesting. A bit more complex thing to model. Lots of ups and downs, lots of mental breakdowns, what we got there in the end. Got any questions, please leave a comment down below or email me at design with Simon@outlook.com.